too much stuff piling up on the desk.
We're live. Dun, 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 dun. This is Sue Greenwald with Awakened Stories here today with the one, the only, the real, not the imposter, John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
I am doing great, Sue. I've been down in the dumps. I was pretty ill all month long, and now I'm feeling better the last couple of days. So
Awesome.
it's great.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
I am also live on Facebook. It's actually going live. So you
Yay.
people on Facebook, you can join me and Sue on Awakened Stories on her YouTube channel.
Yep.
So yeah, go to YouTube, check out Sue Greenwald Awakened Stories. She'll pop up and you'll see us.
So your YouTube is under David Quigley, is that correct?
Yeah, I haven't been on that. Everywhere we go, we get shadow banned and blocked. And I really thought Facebook was a great opportunity. So we started going on there, and we hit 94,000, and then our CIA probably stepped in, but we haven't had any new followers in probably about 5 weeks we had
Yeah.
94. We were going on 95,000 on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, boom, they gave me restrictions. There was 1 week in that 1 week, Facebook banned my account 3 times, and then said it was their mistake and put me back up. But then you got to reset. And I really like using Marketplace on Facebook, but the other is just a benefit to me. But anyway, they're doing what they can not to get the biggest
Yep.
story out.
Yep.
Story is bigger. I think it's bigger than the Epstein files because my story exposes the Epstein files. I was part of the Epstein files. I was tortured. I was kidnapped. I was replaced. My family members were unalived. People need, when they hear about the Epstein files, they need to get the big picture. It's bigger than what they're telling you, people. It's the control of America. It's the control of children. They build armies. It's just like organized crime. They get the children young and they teach them young and then they control them. So please share my story. Let's get my story out. Let's get justice for me. Let's get justice for my loved ones that aren't here any longer. And every time I say that, I think of my son that's no longer with us. People say, oh, I'm full of shit. Well, I've sure lost a lot for being full of shit, people. So let's get the story out. Let's make mainstream. They don't want it out. They don't want the mainstream people to know John Kennedy Jr. was kidnapped as a child and replaced because our government is an organized crime ring. And yeah, I'm feeling better though.
Well, they don't want this story out because, of course, they suppress it, they censor it. I've got banned from Amazon for life, for any account for life. Screw your Amazon. Because I wrote, I compiled the book about John, the stories that John has told us. They don't want this story out. So you have to ask yourself, why? If the story is true, why wouldn't they want to help the people? Why wouldn't they want the people to understand? Why wouldn't they? Well, that's the big question because they're all complicit. They know.
Well, you got an organized crime ring within our government, whether it's Democrats or Republicans.
Yep.
And we are the prize, people.
Yeah.
They want to control us, enslave. It's been going on for thousands and thousands of years in this world. You get the rulers at the top, and they want to control us because we are like the workers. We are like the worker bees and going out and getting all the pollen and bringing it back to them so they can eat caviar and drink champagne, fly on their private jets, get on their yachts, and we're the ones paying for it. So they don't want to give that up. And, my father was exposing all that. My father was, no Kennedy curse, people, none. It's called organized crime takeover. You have bad people running this country, controlling us, and that's all they want to do is control
Right.
us.
Right.
And, I've made posts on Facebook lately. It's our fault. There's been so many people lose their lives fighting for freedom for this country. Millions, maybe the
Yeah.
millions, no, don't think millions would be an exaggeration over.
Trillions over time, over
Yeah,
time. And
and
not
it's
just the
all over power.
US, not just the US, worldwide.
And we're sitting back and we're allowing it to happen. We're allowing them to brainwash people that wave flags for the enemy. And it all go to the grocery store, people. $20 for a steak. Go to the gas pump. I can't even fill my truck for 200 freaking dollars. It's just craziness. And I made videos that it's coming, and it's still coming. Things are still going up, but it's because it's them wanting power over us. They're getting rich and rich and rich, and we are the ones. There's more homeless each and every day. People can't afford them to put money in their pockets any longer. It's not cool. It's
Yep.
totally not cool. But we haven't done enough. What can I do? I haven't done enough. But what can I do? Um, yeah, we need to.
It's by
Nobody should
design,
my
okay?
door.
The other
I'm,
day, I saw footage of in LA, they're throwing away food that was designed for the homeless. Like, these agencies collect it and deliver it and blah, 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 blah. They're putting it in the dumpsters. They're throwing it away. They don't want the people to have it. So you got to ask yourself why? Why? They want the people to be homeless. They want people suffering, right? They don't want people to be helped. Why is that? Why would our own government do that to our own people? And not just here in the US, okay?
all
We're in
over.
the US, so it's easier to see the stuff going on, right?
They want people to pay thousands of dollars for rent. They enjoy it because they're the property owners. They're the new world order. They're the one that hold all. And I've always said, let's do it, people. Let's do more than we're doing. Let's play Robin Hood. Let's enslave them. Let's imprison them. Let's steal all their freaking assets and pay all the trillions of dollars that they have stolen. They stole my father's billions. They assassinated my father. JFK, he was worth billions of dollars. They're still making millions and millions and millions of dollars off his name. They didn't stop. They used identity theft. They stole my family's everything. My mother remarried a billionaire. That was the plan of our government. It was all planned by our government agents. My mother married a Greek billionaire. You don't know it. You're not gonna Google Aristotle Onassis. They'll tell you he died in a hospital. No, they did it to steal all his assets. All of it. My sister wasn't even my stepsister anymore. My stepbrother died in my freaking arms. They lied about it. And they're still lying to you today. And we're standing for it. We're not doing enough. And we're not going to do enough until it gets so bad that, you know, that's the new world order, people. So
Yeah.
when you wave your flag for government, you're waving your flag for a new world order and you ain't invited. None of you are invited. It's the billionaires club. It's the Waltons. It's the whole deal. And
Right.
anyway, it's all about the Epstein files and what they do. It's all the big picture of the Epstein files. It's the one world, new world order to get everybody in their pocket. You either go with their program and get rich, or you get with us poor. And it's not getting any better. And you all know it's not getting any. I had a comment yesterday, and it really made me sick to my stomach. Trump supporters said, "Yeah, we voted for him." I was like, "Okay, you voted for this? Really?"
Well, they're dazzled by the illusion that he's doing all these things, these programs for them. So they're like, oh, look at what we're doing here, but don't look over here, right? And that's these people are caught in a trap. They think they can vote their way out of what's happening in our world right now. All right. So, like here in the US, we've got the two parties, and all we see is them fighting. They think, oh, if I just vote for this guy, things are going to change, right? Doesn't matter who you put in place, they're still both bad. It's still going to have the same end result. You cannot vote your way out of this, right? People need to have awareness. They need to uncover the real stories. They need to educate themselves. All right. So imagine this. You go around, you see these videos, people going through the cities, the towns, or whatever, no matter what part of the world. Ask any person on the street, do you trust what the government tells you? Well, most people are going to either laugh in your face because the answer is no, or they're afraid to answer truthfully, right? They don't answer truthfully because they're afraid of getting, some crazy stuff happen to them, taken away, put in jail, like all sorts of people. Things have been happening to people that tell the truth, right? They've got targets on their back. But almost no one in the world believes or trusts the government. All right, right? So
Everywhere
why?
I go old school.
Yeah,
Um,
why? Why
I,
are
I,
we still going with the story that you're not the right person? That why are we against the story that you're telling us? Right?
want
We're,
us to help everybody in the long run.
yeah,
I see these comments and it just blows me away.
yeah,
Forget that I'm the son of a president and hear what I say. I want a better America. I want a better future for your kids.
yeah. Well, just think of it this way too. If you were just a regular schmo, doesn't even matter who you are, your story alone is worth noting. Look what happened to a person on planet Earth. And for some reason, people want to push back against that. All right. Shouldn't we be trying to figure out why it happened? Is the story true? Why would someone do that to a person? Doesn't even matter who they are. Then you add in the story, layer in the fame and the fortune and the power and control the players all had, and see what benefit the guys that perpetrated the crimes against you received.
Yeah, they don't want me to stay alive. They really, really don't.
Yeah.
I don't advertise. Even Mary Maxwell was laughing. She said, Don't advertise," but I'm going to advertise because I'm for real. I had severe diarrhea for the last 5 weeks. People, think about it. 5 weeks? I shouldn't even be here. I really shouldn't. And I'm not talking just a little bit of the runs. I'm talking 30 times a day into the bathroom. 30. I probably lost 15 pounds, but a few points in that 5 weeks, I didn't think I was going to be alive. I really didn't. I texted the doctor, and my doctor left town. My primary doctor left to Texas. She knew my story. She knew all my books. The last thing she did was give me a prescription that would give me heart failure after I already have heart failure. But and then I was on that Jardiance, and I went into the ER 4 times, and one of the side effects of Jardiance is the infection in your groin, and it's deadly. So 4 times, and my doctors didn't catch it. The emergency didn't catch it. It's like, are these people still trying to freaking kill me?
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
think you've answered your own question.
yeah.
Right.
Um.
Trying, but
So
not
yeah,
succeeding.
I told the clinic where I go. I said, look, I'm going on 4 weeks of diarrhea. I need to. Do you still have emergency services where I can come in? They didn't answer me, but they did set me up with a new doctor for another appointment in 2 weeks. But I'm good. I'm feeling good now.
Yeah,
Last
good.
2 days I feel great. I don't feel like I'm dying anymore,
Yeah.
and it is what it is. Um, I need to grab something. Just for a second.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to share the website. Uh, don't have it handy. One thing I did want to say is, that we wrote the book Quest for Justice, which is available at the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. So this is the book cover. It's available in print and in ebook format right on John's website. We're in process of adding Spanish and French translation. Okay, so ebook only, but you'll be able to get that. I'm going to say probably next week or so. We've got it ready. It's just getting the website done, which, everything is a project. Okay. So that'll be coming out for those that are in other countries or speak different languages. And that's really a very exciting thing, because our goal with doing these videos is to get the word out. We want people to know about this story. John is not, unfortunately, the only trafficked person coming forward. And his story needs to get out there. People need to understand that it's a real story, what really happened, and why it happened, how it happened, right? So the why was a really big illumination for me. John had told us his story, and I wasn't understanding, why would they go to such great lengths to do all this? I've
Needed a
got it
story to
now,
tell and so
right?
forth.
Got it now. So thank
Sorry,
you
sir.
all that are watching to get this story out. And those that are watching now that I can see, they're always here supporting you, John. They love you. They want you to flourish. They want this story to get out, and they're doing what they can do, right?
I have
So
met some really wonderful people.
yeah.
I really have. I've had lots of hate, but I've met some wonderful people. I
Yeah.
was just looking on my desk and I wanted to hold up your book and I don't see it. It's like find Sue's book, find this hell.
Well,
There,
I've got it here. It's
first you need to
yeah.
put them all there instead of leaving to have
I
them
mean,
there.
this
Yeah.
is Sue's book,
Yes.
everyone.
Yep.
And this is on the real John F.
Where's
Kennedy,
the story?
JR.com. You can only get it there because Amazon doesn't want to sell it.
Yep. Amazon banned me, which again, initially I was very upset about for like about 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, who needs them? Now I'm like, I feel like they're going down. Amazon is like, it doesn't feel like they're doing well to me. They're doing some like
It's going
shady
to
thing.
hell.
I put it there on your table. I don't know what happened. I don't have one.
Yeah. Anyway, about the book, I was just explaining, John, that we've got it ready in French and Spanish versions of the ebook. That's a big deal. So, it's just a matter of linking it up to the website. So that will take a little bit of time, like a few days to get that done. And then those that are in other countries can choose an ebook. They'll have it immediately and they'll hear your story.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sue.
It's very exciting. Yeah. Yeah. So we are getting that story out there. Like we're pounding our fist on the desk this year. Now we're almost approaching June. All right. Like what the heck has happened with this year? But it's getting out there. That's why they're hastening to block everything we do. Okay, so even on my channel, I don't market my channel. I don't monetize it or whatever. It grows organically, and I know that it's being censored. Okay, well, we put out some videos like a week or two ago, and we lost a ton of viewers, like all of a sudden. And of course, it wasn't organically done. You lose a viewer here and there, whatever. I don't really care what the numbers show, but it was so overt. I was like, oh, these guys do not want this message out there, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They're making too much money. Their crime ring's too big,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything they do to us.
Yeah.
No, I didn't take monetization. Facebook kept sending me things that said you can sign up for money. You get so many
Yep.
views, you get
Yep.
money. I denied it. I didn't sign up because I didn't want them to have an excuse to try to take my story down. I wanted people to know, but
Right.
that's how TikTok did. TikTok, we had 45,000. We were getting 1,000 a day, just like we were on Facebook. But TikTok totally removed my account. Um, they owed me money and they didn't pay me money because I was getting millions of views on TikTok.
Yeah.
So they simply removed my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once again, it's the biggest story of the century. My story explains the cover up our government is doing, all the way to unaliving people, the president of the United States, my father that was assassinated, my mother that they lied about, my sister and my step family, and what they do. And it's huge what they do. They
Yeah.
are organized crime at the biggest level. I mean, hey, they send your children to war and there's not much you can do about it, people. Think about what these people that send your children to war actually do behind closed doors. And I'm exposing that. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And people need to wake up and people need to hit that share button or go old school, however we can to get my story out because it's not just my story. It's the story that goes around the world.
Yeah.
Should be the shot that's heard around the world. The real JFK Jr., what they did to his loved ones, what the government knows about what they did to, but it's the crime ring and they're all connected and you ain't invited. That's why they don't want you to know what they did to my loved ones, why my father was killed, why my mother was killed, why my sister was killed, why my sister is still out there today, but she's a fake, she's a fraud because she's in charge of millions and millions of dollars. That organized crime controls these people.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. So if we did our man on the street poll again, okay, and we would walk around and poll everybody and say, do you believe the story we were told about JFK? Now, some of the younger ones would be say something like who, because they don't know history at all, okay? But the average person would say, oh, heck no, right? No matter what country you're in, how can you believe that crazy story we were told? We had a movie come out about it, was it the late 80s? Okay. I watched it once, cried through it, but no, how could that story even remotely be true, right? Right? Yet we're taught to blindly take in whatever content they give us without thinking about the broader picture. And that's why, again, the story you've told us, torture, kidnapping, mind control, MK Ultra, all these things, they don't want that out there. They don't know they don't want us to know what they're doing to children, let alone the children of celebrities. They don't want us to know what they're doing to their estates, their
They just shut me
property,
off.
of
Seriously.
course.
We suspended your account. They just did. They just blocked me off of Facebook.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry. That shows you censorship.
Look,
Okay.
people, I was doing a Facebook Live, and
Take screenshots of it.
this is what they just did. Oh, see what happened to us?
Oh, I'm here.
You're still there?
Yeah.
I must have touched something. Okay.
Okay. Well, the point is they don't want the story out and you're seeing it in real time, right? Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah.
Now it
So,
says I didn't do anything, Sue. All I
yeah,
did was hold the phone up.
yeah, yeah.
Now look, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. All I did was hold the phone up and share it, but it says
David, you submitted an appeal. Okay.
I didn't submit the appeal,
Oh.
but it's saying I did.
And then in a couple minutes, it'll say, sorry, denied.
It says I'll lose my account totally. 94,000, almost 95,000 followers that I worked really hard to get every
Yeah,
day, day after day,
yeah, yeah,
and so I could have a platform to get the truth out to the world. And this is what they do.
yeah. Okay, so we're seeing it unfold real time.
Yeah.
So,
So everybody that's watching this, you just seen me get removed from Facebook for
yeah.
doing a live with Sue Greenwald. And then you've seen that they say I submitted an appeal. I didn't type in, okay, I was in the wrong. I was just simply talking with the beautiful Sue Greenwald. But no, it says I submitted an appeal all out of thin air.
Yeah,
So we'll see if my account gets removed or not.
yeah,
But this is what we're up against, people. So
yeah,
please
yeah.
share.
Well,
Please,
hey,
please
well,
support
let's
our
have some
cause.
fun with it. Let's have some fun with it. So everyone that's watching this saw what happened. This is not a typical, it's happened like through the years. They've corrupted our video, they've taken them down, all of this stuff. They don't want the story out. So everyone watching here already knows. Okay. But what we want is to get new people watching this kind of a story and, like knowing that we are being suppressed. Now, if we were making stuff up, let's call it fiction, they evidently wouldn't have trouble with it. But we are claiming that this is a true and real story. People are coming forward, telling their stories about abuse, kidnapping, mind control, MK Ultra, all sorts of stuff. Their stories are all being corroborated. They are being suppressed. One of the biggest tools they have against these people is to keep them in poverty. When you don't have money, you don't have respect of other people. You can't hire, say, a lawyer or anyone to consult with you and try to figure out, how do I get this story out, or how do I protect myself? How do I live in better circumstances? You're prevented from all of that. And again, we have a mindset in this society that if you have money and power, that you're legit. The people that don't have money are, automatically categorized as liars, lazy, whatever it might be. Okay. And that is not the truth. They're kept there.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's a bummer what they just did.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Getting the story out means more than life to me itself. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And this is how they act against the story of the century, the biggest
Yeah.
story bigger than the Epstein files. They simply remove you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the big guy, people. That's who you're waving your flag for, is these billionaires that want a one world order.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see that, Robin?
Yeah, I seen it. I told you your fucking story ain't gonna go nowhere on that internet.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Well, every time they do that, it just lights them up and they can be eliminated slowly or fast, depending on what they've done. But they basically have a campaign against getting these stories out there. All right. So they're watching what you're doing. They're watching what I'm doing. All right. Physically, electronically, digitally, whatever you want to call it. It's not comfortable, but we have to continue to get the story out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all good. It's all good.
You know
We
what?
got.
It's a demonstration. Like we didn't make it up. It's a demonstration. So people that are new will see it happen real time.
Yeah,
Right?
the world needs to know what they're doing to us,
Yeah.
what they just did to us.
Yeah.
This wasn't planned on my part for Facebook to remove a account that has close to 95,000 followings.
Yeah. Yeah.
People, following my story. It's just part of what they're doing, so the people viewing don't get it.
Yeah. But here's the thing, John. You can recreate that again. I know it was work. You're telling your story every day online anyway, through, and it's gonna get out there anyway. You're just reaching different people over and over and over and over and over. All right. And that's what we want. We want new people to come in. We want them to tell their friends and say, oh my golly, I didn't know this was true. I didn't know he was alive. I didn't know it was real. I didn't know what happened. Whatever it is, we want it out there. We want to create some, let's call it, the word just went out of my head. We want to create people being provoked enough where they want to know more. They at least listen. Then they ponder it. They look at you. They compare you to your childhood photos. They might read a book. They watch the video, the quietjourney.tv, 1 hour video. They educate themselves. Then they make a decision. Okay? Because why be programmed by the government when we know they don't have our best interests at heart, right? Why just blindly accept what they tell us and what we're fed on, like the news magazines, or like, again, you go to an airport or a drugstore and all these magazines are right there staring you in the face with these old stories. They're trying to change our history. They're trying to put a story into our mind. And after we see it so often, we're programmed, we automatically believe it. So it's a very soft way of mind control. All right. And the programming is deep. We've got it on every level, every topic. The programming is there for all of us. So when you hear something and you feel like that, investigate that and see where that comes from. Is that based on the truth? Right? Okay. Sounds like we're at a good spot, a resting spot for today. All right. And I'm very sorry for your loss, John. It's not funny. It's not funny. But let's take a negative and turn it into a positive. Look how corrupt Facebook is. We just
Yeah.
saw it,
I'm
right?
sorry, Sue. I just had to
Fine.
sign back into Facebook to see what
Yeah.
they're saying,
It's fine. It's
and
fine.
it wanted to know if I was a human.
Yeah, the robots are making us prove we're human, right? Yeah. So for those that are watching, as always, thank you for your support and all that you're doing to help John, help get his story
Thank
out
you all
there.
so much. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
mean,
it.
we're saying the same stuff like every week, but we've all heard all the stories of what's happened to John, and that shouldn't happen to anyone. Okay, so we're getting it out there. We're not quitting. It's gonna be this year. Boom. Okay. Thank you, John,
Thank you.
for all
Thank you,
you
Sue.
do, for being courageous enough to get that story out there for us. All right.